Hello, devoted fans and drama enthusiasts. Welcome back to TV Day's Drama Digest, your ultimate source for all things soap opera, where we dissect the twists, turns, and tantalizing secrets that keep us glued to our screens. It's us, your passionate team of storyline sleuths, diving deep into the heart-pounding world of Days of Our Lives today. We're peeling back the layers on one of the most enigmatic characters to grace Salem in recent years, the mysterious Liam. Oh, what a web of intrigue surrounds this man. His shocking identity has been the subject of endless speculation, whispered conversations in fan forums, and late-night debates among longtime viewers. Buckle up, because we're about to embark on a dramatic journey through the annals of Salem's history, exploring a hunch that's as explosive as a DiMera family feud. Could Liam be the long-lost son of the infamous 1980s superheroine Ivy Saleko? Or is there an even more mind-blowing connection lurking in the shadows? Let's unravel this tapestry of betrayal, love, and hidden lineages step by dramatic step. First, let's set the stage with a vivid flashback to the turbulent 1980s in Salema time when shoulder pads were big, hairstyles were bigger, and the romantic entanglements were nothing short of operatic. Enter Ivy Saleko, a character who burst onto the scene like a force of nature, embodying the archetype of the relentless pursuer in the grand tradition of soap opera vixens. Ivy wasn't just any woman, she was portrayed as a superheroine in the show's lore, a nod to her larger-than-life personality and her unyielding determination to claim what she desired. Played with fiery intensity by actress Holly Gagnier, Ivy was a woman who wielded her charm like a weapon, stopping at nothing to insert herself into the lives of those around her. Her target? The brooding, reformed bad boy Pete Jennings, a former gang member whose rough edges and hidden vulnerabilities made him irresistible. To the women of Salem, Pete Jennings, brought to life by the charismatic Robert Poynton, was a classic anti-hero. Fresh out of his gang days, he carried the scars of a troubled past, street fights, run-ins with the law, and a soul yearning for redemption. But his heart? That belonged unequivocally to Melissa Anderson, the sweet, resilient ingenue played by Lisa Trussell. Melissa was the epitome of true love in Salem, kind-hearted, loyal, and endlessly forgiving. Their romance was the stuff of soap opera dream-stolen glances across crowded rooms, passionate declarations under the moonlight, and obstacles that only seemed to strengthen their bond. Yet into this idyllic picture stormed Ivy Saleko, a whirlwind of ambition and manipulation. Ivy saw Pete not just as a man, but as a prize to be won, a conquest that would validate her own tumultuous life story. What followed was a masterclass in dramatic interference. Ivy employed every trick in the book to drive a wedge between Pete and Melissa. Remember those iconic scenes where Ivy would accidentally bump into Pete at the local diner, batting her eyelashes and sharing fabricated stories of shared hardships to forge a false connection? Or the time she orchestrated a fake emergency to pull Pete away from a romantic evening with Melissa, leaving the poor girl heartbroken and doubting their future? Ivy's schemes were bold, bordering on the villainous, yet infused with a tragic undercurrent, their own desperate need for love and stability. After a life marked by instability, she whispered doubts into Pete's ear, exploiting his insecurities about his past. Can Melissa really understand the darkness you've lived through? I do, Pete. I've been there. It was psychological warfare at its finest, and for a while, it worked. The climax of this love triangle came in a series of episodes that had viewers on the edge of their seats. Ivy, sensing Pete's wavering resolve, pushed her advantage to the limit. In a moment of vulnerability after a heated argument with Melissa over his lingering ties to his old life, Pete succumbed to Ivy's advances. What started as a one-night indiscretion spiraled into something far more binding. Ivy revealed she was pregnant, and in the conservative ethos of 1980s Salem, that meant one thing: marriage. Pete, ever the honorable man despite his flaws, did the right thing and proposed. The wedding was a spectacle of reluctant vows and forced smiles broadcast in all its awkward glory. Melissa, watching from the sidelines with tears streaming down her face, represented the shattered dreams of true love deferred. Fans still talk about the episode where Melissa's silent anguish spoke volumes, her eyes conveying a depth of betrayal that no dialogue could match. And so, in 1985, Ivy gave birth to their son, Charles Peter Jennings, a bundle of joy wrapped in a blanket of controversy. Little Charles, with his cherubic face and innocent eyes, became the unwitting pawn in this adult game of hearts. For a brief period, the Jennings family tried to make it work. Pete threw himself into fatherhood, changing diapers and rocking the baby to sleep, all while his thoughts drifted back to Melissa. Ivy, triumphant in her victory, doted on her son, seeing him as the ultimate symbol of her conquest. But cracks appeared almost immediately. Pete's heart, as the original hunch so poetically puts it, belonged to someone else. Late-night arguments echoed through their home, Ivy accusing Pete of emotional absence, Pete retorting that he felt trapped in a loveless union. The tension built like a pressure cooker. culminating in explosive confrontations that left furniture overturned and emotions raw. By 1986, the marriage had crumbled beyond repair. Divorce papers were signed amid bitter recriminations, with Ivy hurling accusations of abandonment and Pete pleading for understanding. In a heart-wrenching custody battle that played out over several episodes, Ivy retained primary custody of young Charles. The judge's gavel fell like a death knell on Pete's hopes of a reconciled life with Melissa. Ivy, clutching her son tightly, declared victory once more, but it was a Pyrrhic one. She packed her bags and left Salem in 1987, vanishing into the ether with Charles in tow. The last we saw of them was a poignant farewell scene at the bus station. Ivy's face a mask of defiance masking her inner turmoil. Little Charles waving goodbye to a town that had given him nothing but chaos. Now, fast forward nearly 4 decades, and Salem is once again abuzz with mystery. Enter Liam, a character shrouded in enigma, whose arrival has sent shockwaves through the community. Played with brooding intensity by an actor who captures the essence of hidden depths, Liam exudes an air of quiet intensity, his eyes hinting at untold stories and buried resentments. His interactions are laced with subtle clues, a fleeting glance here, a cryptic remark there that have fans scrambling for connections. And that's where our hunch comes roaring back to life. Could Liam be none other than Charles Peter Jennings, all grown up and harboring grudges from a fractured childhood? Think about it, De Ridder's timeline aligns almost perfectly. Charles would be in his late 30s now, matching Liam's apparent age. The departure from Salem in 1987 left a vacuum of information. Who knows what trials Ivy and Charles faced in the years that followed? Perhaps life on the Rune or simply away from the spotlight of Salem's drama took a toll. Ivy, with her superheroine facade cracking under the weight of single motherhood, might have struggled financially or emotionally. Imagine the young Charles, growing up in anonymous towns, hearing tales of his father's abandonment. Resentment could have festered like an open wound. Maybe arguments with Pete over the phone escalated, with Charles feeling like an afterthought in his father's life, especially as Pete eventually reunited with Melissa and built a new family. In this scenario, it's not hard to envision Charles rejecting his father's legacy entirely. Taking his mother's maiden name, Saleko, would be a symbolic act of defiance, a way to erase the Jennings stain from his identity. Perhaps he shortened Charles to Liam for anonymity, a fresh start in a world that had already dealt him a bad hand. The dramatic potential is endless, Liam returning to Salem under this new guise, driven by a quest for revenge or reconciliation. Picture the reveal, a confrontation in the Brady pub, where old photos are unearthed, and the truth explodes like fireworks. Pete, now older and wiser, facing the son he lost, his voice trembling. "Charles? Is it really you?" Liam's response, delivered with icy precision, "Charles is dead. You killed him when you walked away." Chills, right? This theory adds layers of emotional depth, transforming Liam from a peripheral mystery to a central figure in Salem's enduring saga of family betrayals. But wait, soap operas thrive on misdirection, and our hunch isn't the only possibility swirling in the rumor mill. What if Liam's true parentage ties him to another prominent Salem clan? Consider the Kiriakis family, specifically Justin Kiriakis and his son Alex. Justin, the suave lawyer with a heart of gold portrayed by Wally Kurth, has his own history of romantic complications. His marriage to Adrienne Johnson was a rollercoaster of passion and peril, producing sons who carry the Kiriakis fire. Alex Kiriakis, played by Robert Scott Wilson, is a chip off the old block, handsome, ambitious, and no stranger to scandal. Now, observe Liam and Alex side by side. The resemblance is uncanny, the chiseled jawlines, the piercing eyes, the way they both carry themselves with an air of quiet authority. Could Liam be a secret son of Justin? Perhaps from a forgotten fling or an adoption shrouded in secrecy. Imagine the backstory: Justin in his younger days, entangled in a brief affair during one of his separations from Adrienne. The child Liam, raised away from Salem to protect the family name, now returns with questions or vendettas of his own. This would make Liam Alex's half-brother, adding sibling rivalry to the mix. Dramatic scenes unfold, Alex and Liam clashing over business deals at Titan Industries, only to discover their shared bloodline in a paternity test bombshell. The fallout? Family dinners turned into battlegrounds, with Victor Kiriakis, the late great John Aniston, watching from the afterlife, chuckling at the chaos he helped create. To flesh this out further, let's delve into the visual and behavioral parallels. Both Liam and Alex have that signature Kiriakis smirk, a half-smile that hints at hidden agendas. Their fashion sense screams sophistication, tailored suits, impeccable grooming, a far cry from the rough and tumble origins of Pete Jennings. Fan theories on social media are ablaze with side-by-side photos. Memes caption twins or coincidence? One particularly viral thread on Reddit's r/Desoffer Live subreddit posits that Liam's mysterious pharmaceutical background could tie into The Kiriakis Enterprises, perhaps a covert operation gone wrong. The drama escalates. If we consider the romantic implications, Liam's flirtations with current characters, mirroring Alex's playboy past, leading to love triangles that echo the Pete-Melissa-Ivy saga. Of course, these are just hunches, fueled by the show's masterful art of foreshadowing. Days of Our Lives has a storied history of resurrecting lost children, from the DiMera offspring popping up like daisies to the Horton family's endless branches. Remember the shock when we learned about Philip Kiriakis' true parentage? Or the twist surrounding Sammy Brady's kids? Liam's arc feels poised for a similar revelation, with clues sprinkled like breadcrumbs, cryptic phone calls, unexplained absences, and that ever-present aura of unfinished business. To make this even more immersive, let's speculate on how this identity reveal could impact the current storylines. If Liam is Charles Jennings, it reignites the old flames of the Pete-Melissa romance. Pete, now in his golden years, might confront his past mistakes, leading to tearful reunions or bitter accusations. Melissa, ever the pillar of strength, could play mediator, her compassion bridging the generational divide. The ripple effects extend to younger characters. Perhaps Liam's vendetta targets their children, creating cross-generational drama that keeps the show fresh. Alternatively, a Kiriakis connection amps up the corporate intrigue. Justin, grappling with his legacy, faces the ultimate test, integrating a long-lost son into the family fold. Alex, feeling threatened, might sabotage Liam only to bond over shared traumas. The women of Sal and Gabby, Stephanie, or even a returning their Sekul get entangled, turning brotherly rivalry into romantic warfare. Imagine the holiday episodes, the Kiriakis mansion decked in lights, but tensions simmering like a pot about to boil over. Fans, we've barely scratched the surface, but the possibilities are endless. This hunch about Liam's identity isn't just speculation. It's a testament to the enduring magic of Days of Our Lives, where no character is ever truly gone and every secret has a shelf life. We've expanded on the original ideas, weaving in dramatic details, historical recaps, and hypothetical scenarios to paint a fuller picture. But what do you think? Is Liam the prodigal son of Ivy and Pete returned to claim his due? Or does his blood run Kiriakis blue? We hope you enjoyed it and look forward to sharing more with you in the future. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to TV Days Drama Digest for more updates on Days of Our Lives.